She called off our engagement to marry my cousin. Then she begged me to save her in court. My cousin Derek stood up at our engagement party and told everyone he was in love with Samantha. She took off my ring and put it on the table. I love him too. I'm sorry. They walked out together while 80 people just sat there watching. My aunt screamed, "Derek, don't you dare!" But he never looked back. I couldn't even move. That night, my brother texted me that they were already at Derek's house together. I felt sick to my stomach. When I thought about it later, all the signs were there. Samantha kept putting off wedding planning. Derek started showing up to every family dinner. They always ended up sitting next to each other. 2 weeks later, they were all over Facebook together, and I had to see it everywhere I looked. Derek's dad had made him president of their construction company right out of college. His parents bought him a house as a graduation gift. Money I'd never have. Half our friends just stopped talking to me completely. The good ones stayed and told me they couldn't believe Derek would do something like that. My aunt actually cut him off from the family. But Samantha's friends were different. One of them actually said, "Derek's the better match anyway. You had to see this coming." That destroyed me. I ended up putting everything into studying for the LSAT and scored in the 98th percentile. Got into law school with a scholarship. I basically lived in the library studying divorce law. I wanted to be the lawyer people called when they needed to win. While I was grinding through school, Derek was throwing money at Samantha. They had this massive wedding that everyone talked about. He bought her a boutique, but kept his name on everything. For tax reasons, babe. They took vacations every month. But I knew something about Derek that Samantha didn't. He was exactly like his father, who'd been married 3 times. 3 years later, Samantha walked into my law office. She didn't know it was me at first. I looked different with my name on the door. Then her eyes got huge, and she just stood there, frozen. "Oh my God, you're a lawyer now?" Her voice was shaking when she told me everything. Derek had been cheating with multiple women. She found the texts and dating profiles on his phone. When she confronted him about it, he filed for divorce before she could. The boutique she'd been running for 2 years was only in his name. The house too. She had nothing. She started crying right there in my office. His family's lawyer said the prenup was bulletproof. Nobody else will take my case. Then she looked at me with desperate eyes. "I know what I did to you was terrible, but you're my last hope, please." It was almost funny in a twisted way. She needed the one person she'd hurt the most. I'd spent all those years becoming the exact lawyer she needed. I leaned back in my chair and said, "I'll take your case." Relief flooded her face. She had no idea this wasn't about forgiveness. This was about finally being the one with power. I spent 2 weeks going through everything with her. Samantha sat in my office while I explained how bad it was. The boutique was only in his name, but she'd run it every single day. The prenup she signed was bad, but not perfect. "Can you actually win this?" Her hands were shaking. When we got to the divorce hearing, Derek walked in looking cocky as ever, that stupid smirk on his face. Then he saw me and went completely pale. He started frantically whispering to his lawyer. I laid out everything piece by piece. Bank records showing Samantha ran the boutique by herself. Emails where Derek promised the business was theirs together. Texts between him and other women from the last year. Credit card charges at hotels when he said he was working late. Dating profiles that were still active. The judge kept frowning deeper with every document I showed. Then I pulled out messages between Derek and his father from before the wedding. "Keep everything in your name. Never let her own anything." The judge looked absolutely disgusted. Derek's lawyer kept asking for breaks to regroup. During one break, Derek cornered me in the hallway. "You're doing this for revenge." I straightened my tie. "I'm doing my job." His father showed up and recognized me right away. "You're that kid from the engagement party." I looked him straight in the eye. Not a kid anymore. The judge ruled in Samantha's favor. She got half of everything, including the boutique and the house plus alimony. After court, Samantha found me in the parking lot with tears in her eyes. I handed her my invoice and walked away. Samantha got everything. The boutique, the house, half his assets. My firm promoted me to partner. A month later, Samantha waited by my car. "I should have chosen you." I looked at her and said, "I'm happy you didn't."